We're going to continue with our maintaining our strong position, or what we might call frequens modus, right? Continual motion, continuing to maintain that strong position regardless of what happens. But then if I give pressure towards my opponent while he is a strong position, that means I'm applying weak pressure towards my opponent. And what do we do against weak pressure? We work into that weak pressure. And so if I apply strong pressure on their sword, they're going to take off, they're going to retake a strong position, frequens modus, maintaining their strength, regardless of the local motion of our swords. And then if I apply weak pressure towards him from a weak position, pressure towards him, he's going to step forward. And he's only going to step forward as hard as I apply the pressure. If I apply a very slight bit of pressure, he takes a very slight step forward. If I apply heavy pressure, he takes a heavy step forward. And I'm going to do that through my sword. So he's going to back up. And we begin just by doing, back up just another little bit, just by doing what we were doing before, where I'm constantly giving different lines that David has to cover and strengthen against. Good. And I applied a little bit of pressure, but it wasn't enough to get him moving. He felt like maybe it would be enough to get him moving. I come this way, and now I apply pressure and he moves. He takes a gather step. He stops moving forward as soon as I stop applying the pressure. I apply a little bit of pressure. He takes one step. A tiny bit of pressure. One tiny little step. A big, that was towards you. Good, right? So move back again. It's important. He has to recognize if it's very strong pressure, if his intuition is to flee the bind, then there are moments where if I'm applying very strong pressure and he says, oh, that's very, very strong, it must be towards my sword and therefore I must flee the bind, then he finds himself getting hit with my sword. And so he has to recognize when the pressure is oriented towards him, when the line of pressure intersects with his body. So if I'm pushing my line of pressure, so I held my sword and I pointed my line of pressure like this, intersecting. My sword is here, along this line, and the line of pressure was towards his shoulder. That was weak pressure towards him. If I push the line of pressure past his shoulder, but my sword is here and I'm pushing this way, and David recognizes this is strong pressure on his sword and he should take off, because now it's safe for him to do so. And he can control my sword or he can cut a hitter, right? But if I'm pushing my pressure, if he's strong and I'm pushing towards his shoulder, if he lets go of this pressure, then I still end up hitting him. And so he has to discern, using feeling, where the pressure is oriented. Is it oriented past his body, in which case it's safe for him? He is then weak. He must then weaken to retake a strong position. Or is it pointing towards him? And if I'm weak, pointing towards him, that's weak pressure that he needs to work into. Shorten. Go back. Yeah, go back. You were late. If I get closer, shorten. Yes. And no pressure. I was just closer. No pressure. Right? No. Good. And so what David is training in these moments is training the sensitivity. How strong is my pressure? How far forward does he need to go? How lateral is my pressure? When is it sufficient for him to weaken and retake on the other side? How close is my pressure? When is it sufficient for him to move from a lengthened posture to a shortened posture that's strong, regardless? So What we're working here with the horsemanship drill is the development of feeling and developing of the recognition of weak pressure and how to respond to weak pressure by moving in with strength. Thanks for watching Historical Fencing Channel content. If you'd like to learn more, check out our Patreon link in the description for detailed, one-on-one, tailored instruction. And don't forget to like and subscribe.